In 2024, my client got 450 leads. He started working with us in 2025. We started a cool new marketing campaign. He's gotten 1,200 leads in the last 3 months. What we did to achieve that is actually really simple, and I broke it down here in this video. You can literally rip off everything and do it for your own business. It's because the people who are searching for these things, they don't actually want to buy the product right away. They want a little more information. And the traditional way of selling them is very pushy, very uncomfortable, and it wastes time on both people's ends. So what we've done with one of my clients is he got like 400-ish leads all year last year, and he was paying about the same amount. He was probably paying more. And then we started working together. We started pushing this stuff really hard. This strategy that I'm going to show you, we started pushing this really hard towards the first, February, March of this year. And it's the first 2 days of July, and he's already gotten over 1,100 leads, closer to 12 now. It's actually insane. And the reason for it is it's common sense, but when you're marketing your business, you don't really think about it that way. And so what I want to do is, let me just draw this here. Let me adjust this guy. Okay, so basically you have your customer, right? And they definitely want your solution. They think they want, this is the solution, right? This is your pool, this is your backyard, this is whatever it is, this big project. They do want this, but right now for them, it's just a dream in their head, right? And they're wondering, can I afford this? How long is this gonna take? What are my options? What does this look like? Well, guess what? The old way of doing it is to just call. Say, hey, Mr. Pool Builder, blah, 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 of all these questions. And then with that knowledge, they can decide if they wanna do it or not. People are weird now. People are really weird. I don't hop on the phone unless I have to. And maybe it's just my generation thing, or maybe we just want to sit at home and eat Cheetos and figure things out on our own. Or admit that we don't know as much as we should. This guy, when he does this, he's admitting hey, I am kind of ill-informed. I don't really know what's going on. And so when you're doing that, it makes you look stupid, and people don't want to look stupid. They want to look smart. So what they're starting to do now is ask good old Google, right? They're like, hey, Google, how much does this cost? How long does this take? What are my options? What's better? Is this versus that, okay? And Marcus Sheridan talks about this really good book, super smart dude. His book is incredible on this whole topic. It's called They Ask You Answer, I think. And the whole concept behind it is the reason that my client's gone from 450 leads in 2024 to 1,200 leads in the first 4 months of 2025. That's actually crazy numbers. And it's because we implemented this, right? It is 100% because we implemented this. And we're putting information out there that answers their questions. Now, we're not really doing anything on Google and SEO, but we're doing content around that. And so now they're searching for that information and they're finding it here. Well, you are actually the guy right here. You're answering those questions indirectly because people are too weird to get on the phone. You notice that over the last few years, your phones ring less and less and less. Nobody wants to talk on the phone. They just want to sit here and eat Cheetos, okay? So the biggest thing we implemented is this strategy of hey, let's just be upfront. They want to know how much it costs? Let's tell them. Let's give them a ballpark estimate. They want to know timelines? Let's tell them. Let's come up with that. They want to know options? Let's answer those questions beforehand. Because imagine you send your estimator out there and the customer is already armed with this knowledge. How much better is that? How much easier is that for you? 1,000,000 times, right? They already know. And if they already know how much it's going to cost, how long it's going to take, what it could look like, what their options are, before they call you out and they still have you come out, do you think that they're probably more likely to say yes? Do you think they're probably pretty invested at that point? Yeah, way more. So the close rate just goes through the roof. All right. But the biggest thing, aside from this strategy, I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling. Let me give you something tangible here. So step 1 of the strategy is answer their questions. Answer the questions. They have questions, answer them before they ask, okay? When we film content, what we do is frequently asked questions and false beliefs. 2 biggest things, okay? So, hey, the way you would frame that is a lot of people ask me X, Y, and Z, and here's the answer. A lot of people think that it's impossible to get a pool done in just 5 weeks. Here's the answer. One question we get all the time is, how much does a custom pool cost? Well, typically it depends on the size. Boom, boom, boom. You talk about it, but throw out random price. Not random. Don't throw out random prices. Throw out prices, that are accurate, that they can use to see. Because a lot of people think, oh, well, I could probably do this for $30K. And they realize, oh, I need $80K. I better start saving my pennies. They're not going to waste your time. They know what they're looking for. They know what they need to start doing. And you are good. You save a ton of time. Okay, so number one is answer. Okay, what we have is a lead magnet. This lead magnet is the estimator. And my company builds these out for people. We build out this estimator for pool builders. And this estimator is really cool because it gives them options on a page. Hey, do you want a pool? Do you want pavers? Do you want turf? Okay, do you want this? Then from that, it gives them more options about each selection. Okay, and so they can just go through and pick the different things they want. How big is your pool? Small, medium, or large? Do you want LED changing lights in there? Do you want thick turf or thin turf? Like, what do you want, right? They work through it. They pick all that they pick all that stuff that they're looking for. It says, hey, we've got your results ready. Give us your contact info so we can send it to you. They give us their name, their email, maybe even their phone number. And then it says, okay, this is going to cost you between $30,000 and $40,000. And then we zap their contact info over to their CRM, where we send them automatic texts and emails, and we reach out to them and try to book an estimate. Because one, we have their contact info, so we can do that. Two, if they see this number, they're ready for an estimate. And if they don't get an estimate, it's out of their budget, they can't afford it, or they're just not actually looking. But the people that are from these estimates are super solid. They are super solid because they've seen the price, they already know what they want, they know the ballpark, and then you give them a reason to actually book that estimate. Hey, these are rough numbers. To get a super personal, detailed quote, we need to have somebody come out to you and actually see the project. That price could go down. Never up. Never say it could go up. Could go down. And then they're going to book their estimate. And so here, what we were doing before, so this is what we're doing now. What he was doing before with the other company was they were just putting ads out here. It says, best company. Call us. Or cheap pools. Click website. Do you see how ridiculous this is? Like, if everyone's sitting at home, they're scrolling on their phone, they're eating Cheetos. If I'm doing that and I see something like this, there's no sense of urgency. There's no value that I get. There's no reason that I would do any of those things, especially when it's just bullshit like this. Like, everyone's going to say they're the best company. I literally don't believe you. Everyone says this, right? Okay, now we're competing on price. And even if this ad does work, these are price shoppers. These are the cheap tire kickers, the people you don't want to work with anyway. So it's just silly. And so there's no wonder only 450 people reached out in the whole year because of this with the same ad spend. Then this gives them the power, and it allows them to be the buyer, right? But then it also allows you to be the buyer because you're setting those prices, you're setting those standards, and you're saying, hey, this is what it costs. This is it. And then they can decide to reach out or not. And you can nudge them along the way. You can follow up with them. You can do all of those things. But you need to capture that information, and you need a good reason to get that information from them. And something cool like this is one. There's plenty of other options, but the stupid ones that I see all the time is like, stop using free estimates. Nobody gives a shit. Everyone does free estimates. Like, you are not separating yourself from anybody. You're just doing estimates. And maybe they shouldn't be free, but they are, and everyone else is doing them. So do you think your customer expects it? Right? It's like, it's a given. And so if that's what everyone else is doing, and that's the lead magnet, is call us to get a free estimate, email us and get a free estimate, book an estimate on our website. It's stupid. Nobody wants to do that. But if you say, hey, click the button below and we'll give you $500, how many more people are going to do that? Because it's something of value to them. So when you're creating your lead magnet, like, your ads need to go to a lead magnet. Your lead magnet needs to build trust with them and then give you the opportunity to follow up. So the lead magnet should add value, because just think about it. when you're creating it, say, okay, is this as powerful as, hey, click the button and I'll give you $500? It should be about that powerful. It should be something they're excited about, something they're like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing, leave my dopamine infused Facebook, and I'm gonna go do this thing for this business because I want to. So when you build something like this, you build a strong lead magnet. The leads are going to be higher quality. You're going to get way more because you're bridging the gap, and you're going to make a lot more money.